looks like Jimmy John's has more than an E. coli problem because this week there was a national security data breach at one of Marquette's locations. The information from customers' credit and debit cards were stolen from the system. Now, I'm not one who can hack into anything electronic, but I'm going to assume that this happens more often than not. What I want to know is, how can an intruder steal login credentials from the point of sale vendors? Maybe it's just me, but you'd think that Jimmy John's would stop worrying about freaky fast subs and fix the security problem back when it came to light in July, and then maybe think about cleaning up its meat a little bit. Who am I to say? It's not like the jungle had any impact on society.
Over the past few weeks, protesters have taken to the streets to rally against killer cops. While their message is one they deeply care about, I think it is getting in the way of more important issues, specifically my happiness. Here I am trying to mind my own business and walk down the sidewalk and drive down the street, and there are all these people who decide to pick up the busiest streets to just block off all traffic to. How are you going to make me sympathize with you when you're making me late to a meeting I have to be at? If anything, I've already joined forces with your opponents because I haven't seen them annoy me lately. Meanwhile, you're protesting killer cops. You do realize that by protesting down the middle of the street, the cops suddenly have to surround you to make sure that you aren't run over. Did you hear that? The cops are making sure you don't die. Otherwise, one of those Milwaukee 30 buses is going to floor it right for your mob of people. The killer cops are protecting you. So instead of protesting down the middle of the street, how about you take the sidewalk? Moreover, how about you take your protest down to Clybourne Street? That way you aren't in my way and you still get to show your opinions in important issues by playing dress-up politician.
So you're probably wondering what in the world to do this week and thought that it'd be awesome to see a play, right? Well, you are in luck because this week at the Hellfair Theater, if you can't find the theater, why not utilize a campus map for once? The production is of Our Town. The scene sets up in the New England town of Grover's Corners back in 1901. Supposedly, it was an American classic written by Thornton Wilder. That's about as much information as you can obtain from the description, plus the names of the two main characters, Emily and George. What in the world goes on between the two, I couldn't tell you. But study up. There's only a couple of shows left from October 1st till October 5th, so go on and get those tickets and support the arts.
In Marquette news, the 2040 Lofts has decided to change its name to the Mark effective immediately. Now, they're going to be super cheesy with the name, too, and going to spell it Mark, M-A-R-Q. You know, as in Marquette. However, there's a problem with changing the name of your apartment building when you name it after your address. The main problem is that your address is still 2040 Wisconsin Avenue. No one is going to start calling it the Mark unless their dad owns the place. It'd be if Lambeau Field changed its name to Pepsi Park. How many people are going to call it Pepsi Park besides Bears fans to piss off Green Bay?
It should be of great rejoice and excitement that it is the first day of October. It's like we finally found the golden ticket that Willy Wonka was hiding from us. It's officially the start of the 1-month countdown to bringing out our inner Jack Skellington. So what does this mean for us? Because at this point in time, on this 274th day of the year, assuming the year isn't leaping, I am on a roller coaster that only goes up. October brings out everything good about fall. We've got pumpkin-flavored everything, apple cider, corn mazing, warm sweaters, and hay rides. I don't know how long I can keep it together before I completely lose my mind over how awesome October is, and that October is in fall, and Halloween can just be thrown in there to wrap up one of the greatest months of the entire year. So get your lazy butts off the couch and try to go apple picking, or go on a date with a scarecrow because you just realized how single you are this fall season.
I'm not a scarecrow. Well, we do have a lot of talking here at I Can't Even, but all you really see is the sets. So I went behind the scenes of MUTV before, during, and after last week's episode to show you what really goes into making an episode of I Can't Even. Take it away, me. I bet you're wondering what happens behind the scenes of I Can't Even and of MUTV. Well, today I'm going to find out.
And no one knows that I'm doing this. So we're just going to surprise some of my fellow cast members. Just creep up on them and be like, hey, what's up? What's your secrets? I've never seen them before. Who is this person? We can't bother these people. They're my bosses. And they actually do work, and I don't.
Yeah, we do.
See, they don't talk. This is where all the magic happens. I usually like to come in here and just like play with all the buttons, see what happens, you know. Just play with some of these buttons real quick. What is? Oh, that's in the way. This is why they don't put me on production. Custom 25. What do you think that does? Let's press it. Oh, something just lit up. Something just lit up. We gotta run. We gotta run. We gotta run. We gotta run. Now we're getting right before the show where Caitlin and I usually like to practice our scripts. Did you even shower this week? Ugh! I just finished my segment. I was awesome. But you're not allowed to talk in here. But yeah, I was awesome. They're directing the show right now. If I yell something, it can mess everyone up. Look, they just yell at each other in here. Look. You're seeing a show while it's happening. Whoa! I like to call this going places I'm not supposed to be right now. Here you go, people. The show just ended. That was inappropriate. Everyone else, he was just on. She was just on. There she goes, ignoring the camera. Another boss. Another boss. Another boss. Who cares about this guy?
Say something.
That should, say it. Say it. We'll bleep it out. Say it to my face.
Hey, this is Michael Biermeister, and entertainment sucks.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding. I love entertainment. Jasmine's gonna rip my claw. She's just gonna.
We're now on the way to our meeting that we have after each show. We just sit there and listen to them be like, man. It's kind of boring, but you know, that's what happens. Just gonna keep talking. Yeah, I'm still going. My spot right here, back row. Well, that does it for the behind the scenes. You saw the post show. I'm still going. I'm not done yet. You saw the post show. You saw during the show. You saw before the show. You saw way too much. And now we're going to have to come find you because you watched this video and you've seen enough. Have a good week. I'm sending it back to me. Take it away, me.
Thanks, me. You're always an entertaining fella. So, Caitlin, I think I should let you know since we're sitting next to each other, I kind of have a cold right now, and I'm pretty sure I have Ebola.
Oh, great. I'm so excited for you. Is that like...
Why? Because now I'm famous? Because now I'm the second person in the U.S. to get Ebola?
You're like the third.
I'm going to die.
You're the third person. And I don't think you went to Africa to help any kids recently.
No.
They
got off the flight, and I shook the guy's hand. 2 minutes later, got Ebola. That's how it happens.
Why'd you shake his hand?
Because I wanted to meet him.
It's bodily fluids.
I don't like, no.
Sweat perspiration.
You know what? We made up a song about Ebola.
did.
We made up a song about Ebola. Okay, ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Ebola, yum. That was really good. Okay, we now move on to the Marquette 3, where each week we count down the top 3 answers to a question about Marquette. This weekend is Parents' Weekend. After a few weeks on campus, parents are all invited to see their college kids once again. So this week's question is, what are the top 3 things Marquette has planned for parents this weekend? And number 3, Marquette plans to ask parents for money to accidentally drop next to basketball recruits, like $100 bills. At number 2, they plan to set up a tiny little popcorn machine and have another student give out stickers to kids, or what Marquette calls going all out. And the number 1 thing Marquette plans to do for Parents' Weekend is have parents spend Friday night in McCormick to see what kids really do on the weekends. Boy, are those parents in for a surprise. Each weekend they call little Jason, and he just says he's hanging out with friends and watching movies. He says he goes to bed at 10 o'clock, no problem. Oh my God, Jason, what are you doing? It's okay, Mom and Dad. I bought this Burnett's with my own money, not with yours.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because when we come back from break, Amelia and I have some crazy good Hollywood gossip and some I just peed myself viral videos, so stay tuned.